up. I'm streaming. Yep. Alright. I'm streaming. Is that alright with you? Alright. Alright. Jared, what are you doing?
It's not gonna let me join that lobby, bro.
Huh?
Keep saying error. It's not gonna let me join that session. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Dude, like, what kind of emblem is that?
Hey.
Tyler.
It was something, okay? You told me to create something, so I did.
It was something cool, not something random. That is indeed random.
It's what?
Random.
I thought it looked pretty cool. You big bully, that's not very nice.
What is it? Sorry,
Oh, by the way, I'm streaming right now, so...
Why are you streaming?
Because I want to.
Who's gonna watch you?
Mm.
Me?
Yeah?
No.
I got that emblem I just made. I got this.
Alright, that's not gonna show up, bro.
Would you join us?
I can't. Say error. Yeah, error. Lobby is not joinable. Yeah, error. Lobby is not joinable. Error. Lobby
And now
is not
you're
joinable.
offline.
Alright.
Says you're offline.
Alright.
so slow.
It's like they won't let me join, so it's like I'm gonna play a game while you guys are doing
I'm
that.
gonna join you then while we wait for Slim.
Paul.
Paul. Whatever.
You were close friends with him, you know his name.
Well, you know what?
What?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Lord, Jared, what do? I walk in, the first thing that happens? My God, I'm already being shot at.
Hardcore team deathmatch. Black Ops, you're free to engage. Be advised, outbound care package overhead.
Anyway, this is hardcore TVO.
Kinda fell off the map there.
Don't worry, you're still in the move. Oh, no. I killed. Oh, shit.
UAV inbound. UAV inbound. Friendly UAV inbound. Care package inbound.
Hey, Tyler, you're on the other team.
What do you mean?
Really, you're not on my team. Come here so I can kill you.
UAV
Why?
inbound.
So I can get an easy headshot.
Huh?
So I can get an easy headshot. I wonder where I'll kill Tyler. Where? Oh,
Jared, you freaking jerk.
Boy, like, you're on the other team. It's my job to kill you. Tyler? Oh, where? Oh, where is Tyler? Oh, let's go ahead. Tyler. Oh, Tyler. Where are you, Tyler?
Hostile Guardian spotted.
What?
Where are you, Tyler?
My God, there's a freaking moron who keeps sniping me. I'm about to shoot a rocket at him.
I just want to kill you one time. Once.
Is there a problem? Go.
Tyler, you camping?
Huh?
Are you camping?
Be advised, hostile care package overhead. Hostile hellstorm overhead.
Okay, quit.
Oh, Tyler, you were right there. I didn't kill you. Tyler, stop camping in the corner. That's all right. Oh, I'm goofing.
It's
Tyler,
slipping
I was
away
camping
from
in the
us.
corner.
Pull it back.
Huh?
Wow, that wasn't bad. Yeah, like, what was you camping in the corner for? Camping in the corner.
Was that you who killed me?
Yeah, I was camping in the corner. Like a little weenie.
What the frick?
Kick for that SOB.
God damn. Jared?
Boy, I didn't kill you that time.
The mission is a bust. Bring it
We
next
won.
time.
Of course you.
We went 4-17.
Who did?
You did.
So?
So you have a negative, Katie?
When I'm done, there won't be enough left to bury.
Really? Jared, why'd you put me on separate teams?
What do you mean I didn't? The game does.
You're a bull crapper. I got the CUDA level 4. I didn't camp most of the time.
Ooh, I didn't camp most of the time.
I didn't, hey, I got a viewer.
I get a viewer, oh my god.
Jared, was that you?
Oh my god, I get a viewer, holy shit. Oh my god.
Jared, you freaking moron. Jared, what the heck is your IQ? Hey, I got the viewer back. Hello, sir.
IQ.
Or ma'am.
Get back to boot camp.
That's right, Jared. You better put me on your team.
Oh man, I don't put you on teams. We go into public lobbies, so...
Hardcore team deathmatch. On mission.
Dang it, Jared.
Friendly UAV inbound.
What?
Freaking... Okay, spawn right behind me. Gee, thanks.
Well, that ran like the lobby, so...
Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Be advised, hostile care package overhead.
Jared! Quit killing me!
I'm not on your team anymore, dumbass. I left the lobby like 10 minutes ago.
Why?
Guys, I did.
Jared! Freaking jerk, why did you leave?
Cause I got bored.
Cause what?
Boring. Cause I really don't want to play that shit now.
With these upgrades, you never stood a chance.
Jared, I'm really confused. Is Sun still playing?
Oh, where do you have to go do?
I know he said he had to make some, I thought he said he was gonna go make some ramen noodles for his, son. Mm-hmm.
How long was this ago?
about 15, 20 minutes ago.
He's probably talking to his wife. Yeah, he's probably talking to his wife.
Jared, quit leaving. You were supposed to freaking... Why'd you leave? Cause why?
Cause God, it took you that long to make a bowl of ramen noodles? Oh. Okay. Okay, that's understandable. I take crap. Okay.
Okay.
3 hours later. Like on SpongeBob. 3 hours later. Like 2 hours later.
Jared, you need to join us.
Oh. And then mute you if you don't shut up.
God.
Fragmentation has become commonplace throughout the developed world.
The sheer scale of this disaster has overwhelmed the authorities. Superstorms continue to hammer the region, hampering relief efforts. These are uncertain times. Our future depends upon the choices we make. As populations...
The NRC are gonna be here soon. We got about 1 minute to create the mother of all distractions.
Tower, I need all traffic diverted from runway 19.
Copy that. Diverting traffic to runway 1. Cargo 4019er, we have a fuel fire on runway 19.
The one you thought you had the best chance of taking as well.
And you could have taken the uplink. You could have taken the CTF, or sorry, you could have taken the, yes, could have taken the uplink or the CTF. Both ended up being very, very close. But, I mean, look at the slaying. I mean, even they had the slaying advantage in the hard point. It's just about an even fight here. I mean, maybe they have a slight edge in this one as well, or just about even. But they went back and forth with Optic in the slaying department, and that's got to be a surprise for everybody.
Yeah, big positive for LG coming out of this matchup. I think good things to come for this team. The side for Optic Gaming, they continue to just keep on rolling. Right here, Formal is a good game, 18-12, 2 flag caps to his name. I think Karma, though, making that big return at the end. Now, obviously, he goes 14-17, but does not reflect the big plays that he makes.
Yeah, and even,
CTF.
I know, they talked about the two-piece at the end. I don't know if there was enough time, really, for LG to score regardless. But still, I mean, if maybe they could have snuck one in, it gets shut down by Karma going huge there to close things out. And the other, we talked about two things, you know, Karma clutching with Heatwave, and we talked about Spacely's ability to get in behind, and those are both probably the two keys that we saw for either side.
And LG gets the first cap on the board too, so we talked about how important first cap is. They get it, they're just not able to hold on.
You know, when you thought it might be over with Optic getting that second cap, the counter comes so quickly for LG. You know, props to them, they play it very well. They let the cap go through, but they have 3 players really in around the base, and this is the clutch return. Outer wall run, comes in behind. He had 3 players to deal with, but it's almost a little bit fortunate. He pops up, and that's awareness for him, but he pops up right by the door, expects that where the flag carrier is going,
right there,
hits him, slides in, and gets him right before he drops.
Beautiful play.
You got to be so frustrated if you're that flag runner. You're just like, damn it, guys. Like, there's 2 of you here. Cover me.
Nobody can really watch that, and it's just the guy with Heatwave comes up as well. Just a really difficult situation.
Well, in the end, Optic gets their win. LG, some positives to take from that one. We do have 1 match remaining tonight. It's your other top team. It's going to be Rise Nation taking on a struggling Complexity. Guys, quick break. We'll be right back with the final match of the night.
Can't use it inside of tracks. So can he pick up the kills? He picks up Azzy. I think it's got to be huge because Azzy being the AR player is going to be trying to lock down the lane for the immunity squad. Dean pushes in. Going huge right now. He's got 2, 5 in a row here. Dean's actually going nuts. Going to go for more. That's 6 in a row. The Chiefs have already... Now it's time. Cloud9, they pull out the sight. They know they need to score on this push, and they're going to do everything in their power to make it happen. 2 kills now for Happy. He's going to continue to try to follow this one up. Only 64 bullets remaining in this sight.
Oh, man.
Nice ledge boost out towards this broken side. He's got 1 player behind him, fully streaked out. He gets 4 kills, and he's going for more. He's continuing to stay alive. Connect 5-3. Happy is still alive on a 9 streak. Make it 10. There it is. A double-digit kill streak for Happy. He's going for 11 as well. How have they not stopped this man? Watch the change. They need to push him now. This is absolute do or die for that score. And you see it's going into the hands. I can't even see who's got control of it right now. It's all too much happening at once for me. It looks like Orbit have finally got hold of that one. Can they do what they can? Hold on to this one. Nice big kill from Back. Gets the triple there. Absolutely exceptional stuff. Even kills a teammate for good measure. What a shooting from him. And as you see that score, he cannot let anyone from Tated Minds get in there. You disgusting freak. What was that? He picked... Coming down trackside. That's Ricky trying to get forward here and just obliterates. Fears there, flying through. He's going to have...
They have the flag. I have nowhere to bring the flag.
Oh, he's going in 1. Nice shot. Oh, and he has camo. He finds one back alley. He needs to get that one as well. Incredible stuff. Ricky with the individual force. Give me a third. Oh, my. He's getting close to streaks. There's 1 player behind him trying to dip in, dip out. He engaged it. He showed his back for a second. I thought he was dead for sure. Ooh, that could have been working, but no, Vortex battles back to 2 of over 3. Gonna go! Oh my god!
No, I think that's the difference between us and the lower teams or any other team is the fact that we look at each other as equals, basically. Like, nobody looks to me in the team and goes, oh, you know, Buzzer is the captain. You know, it's the same with all the rest of my team. You know, I look at all of them as an equal. I don't go, okay, I'm the captain, you shouldn't be listening to me. Somebody makes a call, gut instinct, we go with it.
Our team at the moment is definitely the strongest I think our team ever has been, and I think as strong as the region has ever seen. Like, you look at each player, like if one of us is having an off game, the other 3 are going to like go even harder than the other person.
What's kept us
day. I want to win. I want to be successful, and with this money on the line, it's pretty important that we help each other out by criticising each other. But in Mind Freak, it's drama every day.
There has been times where I've taken stuff a bit too personally, like we have our little fights, but I sleep on it. The next day, I'm back to normal.
People tell internal issues, I'm like, is that really what's going on in your team? Like, you should see the stuff going on in our team. You wouldn't survive a day. Like, you've got no chance.
Yeah, I mean, on an international level, I'd rate us pretty high. I think we're up there with likes of Optic, Rose, FaZe. Yeah, I think we're going to do really well.
Definitely this year, the goal is to make top 3 at least, and hopefully close the whole thing out. Like, it'll be pretty monumental in the Australian team to take it out. I'm
not going to put my team down ever, so I always say we win. I never have a doubt in my mind, but I'm always going to say that we're going to win, so it's going to be a good year for us.
Growing up on Long Island with Classic, we first met in 6th grade. We ended up going to the same middle school together. We started hanging out from there. I started going over his house. When I introduced replays into Call of Duty, he got like really into it, and I basically fell in love from that. We started playing like online so much, and then our friendship grew from there. Yeah, we kind of bonded over Call of Duty. We just became like best friends. When I took that next step, I actually went pro in Call of Duty 4. He was talking with his team, and he wanted me to join, but I was like a little skeptical at first because like I didn't think I was good enough, of course, because I didn't really play it competitively. But then I finally got Nick to decide to play, and then they gave me the chance to bring him up into the world, and he obviously was killing it ever since. I mean, competing against a common childhood friend, I mean, it's cool. I lost to him in the finals last tournament, but like, it was nothing but a great game, you know what I mean? I was happy to see him win. Like, even though I lost, I hate losing, it's nice to see someone else win that I know so closely and personally. I never really see it as like better, or like if I go against him, I don't see it as like a big deal. Just playing another game. When you come to events, you fly all over the world, we get to travel with each other. It's great to have a friend wherever you go.
It's our final matchup of the night for Day 2 of Week 5 of the Call of Duty World League North American Pro Division Stage 2 presented by the PS4. We've seen one Game 5. Could this be another one right here? I don't think so. This is a tough one for Complexity.
Yeah, Complexity, they just haven't been looking great, man. And Rise, they're still a top 2 team in many teams' eyes. But take a look at that. New logo for Complexity.
It's finally in place. Rise Nation. This team is obviously scary from top to bottom, and the first map in Fringe Hardpoint is one of their best, and it's all led by Octane, the AR who knows how to command this map like few other can replicate. This guy is always making his impact felt no matter what game it is.
Is there a map that this guy is bad at?
No.
It just seems like his team just plays around him perfectly. He's always in a position to have an impact on every single hard point. Especially on this one, you're going to be looking for him to anchor down the spawns for his team.
Well, obviously, that's the side of Rise Nation. Tonight, they're going up against the team that's struggling the most right now in the COD World League. They've only won 30% of their maps so far. It's the side of Complexity. Nameless, Miracles, Goonjar, and Ricky. I mean, is there a certain player you think that you really need to step up in this one?
I think it's the whole team. It just seems like the whole dynamic that they have going on. You look at the guys, it seems like Miracles is their only SMG, but Goonjar, he's the new addition to this team. You look for him, I guess, to go big. He's been a very consistent player throughout all the stages here.
I mean, how is his role different from what he's done so far in Black Ops 3 on this squad? Has it changed up a lot since what we saw in TK, in your opinion, or is he the same type of player?
I feel like it has to change up, but he's still running that AR role. But like as I was saying, look at this team. You have Nameless, who's a very good, very consistent assault rifle player. Same with Ricky, and now same with Goonjar. So you have 3 strong ARs. You have 1 SMG. Could be good on a map like Fringe, but for everything else, it's definitely rough on Miracles when he has nobody to play off of.
Oh, definitely. I feel like a lot of times we've seen how Miracles can kind of catch some flack for that. So far, he's been someone that's been criticized a lot in Black Ops 3. I think it definitely plays a little bit of a role. At times, though, he does struggle on his own merit. Through the first 20 seconds of the Ban Protect, not a single vote in yet. This is one of the longest we've ever seen of teams waiting things out, and it looks like 2 grenades will be targeted right off the start.
All right, I think Rise, we're just seeing what Complexity are going to do. They've been known to be creative at times with some of their bans, but it seems like tacticals go as well as the lethals.
It is just all grenades so far, so you expect rapid fire, high caliber. So then to finish things out, Overclock and Shiva, Kinetic maybe?
We'll see. I think the Kinetic ban would come from the side of Complexity, They go ahead and they ban out Overclock. Expect to see Looney go after the Shiva.
There it
So,
is.
yeah, Rapid Fire slipped through before.
Yep.
There's the high caliber ban.
But to make a point, the big three will make it through.
Yeah.
Kinetic Armor, Active Camo, Heat Wave, all available. So I expect both teams to have a 3-to-1 specialist ability to lethal specialist setup. To start things off, it's Octane with the Scythe. No surprise there.
And your last time Complexity let Rapid Fire through, Scump dropped 50 on them.
No surprise that was what they banned out at the end.
All right, so yeah, the big three make it through. It's all a matter of what specialist weapon you want to bring to the table. I have a feeling it's going to be the Scythe for both teams.
Okay, well, so far we do see the Scythe only on the side of Rise Nation. Who would be the one? Would it be Goonjar for your guy to grab Scythe? And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen.
Okay, so that tells me that Goon is going to be the positional AR. Nameless picking up Camo. I guess that gives him, as well as Ricky with Heat Wave, I'm sure it opens it up for them to maybe use a SMG later on in the game.
Oh, definitely. And on a map like Fringe Hardpoint, we saw earlier on how the different kind of ARs and SMGs
You know.
set up position, it's tough to break the spawns on that hill because even if you push towards that back globe side and you kill the player who's kind of anchoring from that position, spawns can still come in from back silos inside that tin area, and you're even closer to the hard point than if you're respawning globe. So for teams, you need to see 3, even 4 dead if you want to finally break through that setup that they have. That's why it's so tough. I will say Complexity are a team that have been very vocal about how much they dislike a map in Fringe Hardpoint, Nameless being one of them. I don't think that helps them at all going into a team like Rise Nation.
And we start to see teams, start to utilize smoke grenades, especially around that area of the map, just to help them out. We've already talked about it so many times now. It's rough when you're trying to break the spawns there.
Well, to begin, it's going to be Fringe Hardpoint in our final match of the night between Rise Nation and Complexity Gaming.
Well, we saw... I just lost my controller. Where are you going, buddy? Get back here. We saw Luminosity play Optic tough, which I don't know what we were expecting, but we're impressed to see. Does Complexity play Rise tough?
No. No, they don't.
That's my concern
I don't
as well.
think they do as well.
I mean, after dropping, 100 Thieves, I think that was kind of the low point. I think I saw right after.
Yeah, they lost the CTF to 100 Thieves, too. I mean,
their first one. Nameless was like, I've tilted or something like that after it. I mean, the guys are definitely frustrated. I'm curious, though, once you hit that low point, sometimes conversations happen internally. Maybe the team talked. Maybe they figured some things out. I know there hasn't been a big turnaround,
you got a lot to
obviously.
do more than talk for this team. I mean,
yeah,
they haven't played very well. Just talking about it, it's not going to fix it.
What if they just step it up here? What if they beat Rise Nation?
I'd be shocked.
Yeah, I would too.
Shocked would actually be a very large understatement.
All right, well, let's kick it off with Looney. We talk a lot about this guy, how impressive of a player he has been. Gets it done in really every way, whether you need him to slay, come up in clutch moments, win the one-on-one gunfights like that. He really is an all-around player here as he kicks things off. He's watching L-Wall, sees a couple coming, has an M8 now to work with it, has the BMP for pressure, tags one up as his teammate Classic will clean it up ultimately. And it looks like he's trying to wrap behind, maybe push through and flip the spawns as he goes up over the head of Miracles.
Miracles had absolutely no idea what
Miracles
just happened.
Has no clue what hit him.
Yeah, no, he has absolutely no idea.
It's like he's fighting Bruce Lee.
How he died right there. Looney's just locking off these angles, trying to prevent them from getting towards that second hard point. He's doing a very nice job.
Glad we started off with Looney, because he is doing one hell of a job going over the top to try and find eyes on players. Thinks he might get pushed, but we'll stick with him. I mean, he hasn't died yet. I know he's not going to deal with a whole lot of pressure right now because he's setting up for the second hard point, but obviously the hold here are going to be a lot more important than anything off the break.
Well, he's gotten them those spawns in the back. Octane probably should be communicating
call
that
the car
at this
the other
point.
way.
Yeah. Take the car the other route.
Hello!
Dub. He's going to be able to take out one and his
Slack.
teammate, so not ideal. It's going to be the hill rotating over towards Auto, and Looney's still working on that lightning strike, only 300 points away.
Well, he's holding the corner tight here, connects with one. Can he win another gunfight? No, he'll finally drop, but not before some damage was done. We'll switch back. I mean, look at this slaying right now. You got Looney at 6-1, Classic and Octane getting it done as well. Just crushing Complexity. And, we talked a bit about, I feel like Miracles has to do so much now that he doesn't have maybe as much of support as a sub, because who else? I mean, you have, what, AR? Wait, Ricky had one too, right? So it's 3 ARs and Miracles. So that's what we were kind of talking about earlier, that he doesn't seem to have a whole lot of help from a sub standpoint, and it's so difficult to do it by yourself. And look, he's starting out 2-8. I mean, he'll probably turn it around a bit, but when you're going up against two strong subs in Looney, well, I mean, Classical pulled out times, Looney, Slack, you might have 3 solid sub players with Rise Nation at times. How do you deal with that?
You're going to force him to pretty much pick up those 2 pieces inside the hard points, which is not going to happen most of the time.
Right as we go home with him, he was 1-8. Now he's come alive, and he's going on a bit of a streak here before he falls.
Well, I was going to say, Rise had the hill early, and then Complexity did a nice job breaking it, controlling the spawns, but just like that, Rise breaks it within seconds, and it's going to be Ricky getting heat-waved inside of that hard point by Looney. He's able to pick him up, and Rise should be able to lock this down for the rest of the time, barring a good Complexity break, but there's going to be one player coming up the stairs. Looney's going to be able to take him out with the HC. Still going to be Rise in control of the hill. Classic in the back, is able to get one. He's quickly traded out. Kills going back and forth inside the hard point. Eventually Complexity able to take control of it. Some shaky shots there out of Looney. He's able to take out Ricky. Make a little bit of a comeback.
Solid job so far. I mean, Complexity might actually take a lead here, despite the fact that they're being outslayed significantly here at the get-go. I mean, you're already talking double-digit difference, and we're barely into this game right now, but Complexity still playing strong. You're getting a pretty balanced effort outside of the objective side of it. What's funny is actually to see Nameless is leading the way in time. Miracles, despite the fact that he's, your aggressive sub player, should be getting a lot of action.
Well, it makes a lot of sense, at least in my opinion, because I mean, Miracles is the first guy into the hard point. He's pretty much just going to die.
Well, he has
give his life doing it.
So much.
I mean, he's not going to spend a lot of time in it because, quite frankly, he's the one dying, so they have a chance to get into it.
All right, well, now we're getting into the second side of rotations here. Just about a tie game. Complexity somehow still in this one. Are they going to be able to take this game? Going over to Classic right now. He's been tagged up at truck, going to fall pretty much immediately. Let's go on. We haven't really watched Goon too much through this one. Let's go watch Goon a little bit since he's around the hard point. I take it back as 2 players come flying at him almost immediately. To reflect on Miracle's struggles, you can see a similar output coming in from Ricky right now. Both those players just struggling to get anything going. From a slaying perspective, it's been just kind of Nameless trying to do it right now.
Ricky's inside of the hard point, taking some time right now. You can take a look at the spawns. Actually, Rise looks like they're going to rotate over towards Auto, which obviously, few seconds left. Complexity, they rotate over as well. Some big kills going down on the hard point. It's going to be Complexity winning them.
Look at the difference right now in just purely from a sub perspective. So you got Looney and Slack combining. They've got for 45 kills. If you want to say it's Ricky and Miracles, you're combining for 23. I mean, basically half the output, and you still have the lead, which is crazy, but you're getting kind of half that output from the side of Complexity. And that's been kind of their struggle for me, is they haven't really been able to get that
Well, it was a big
Slight
debate for them during stage 1, right? I mean, Nameless was running an SMG, Parasite was running an AR, then they would switch back and forth. They couldn't really, either of them, get too comfortable. I thought Parasite probably, played the better of the two in stage 1. But, I mean, still, it seems like nobody on this team wants to commit to helping out Mirror.
And it looks, I mean, as of now, I keep wanting to say he needs it, but they're still winning the game. So despite...
Which is wild.
The slaying,
I don't know how
slaying
Rise is not winning this game.
The slaying deficit's getting worse and worse. It's not like it's improving for Complexity, but their lead continues to improve, and Goons set up in the back. I know the hard point right now is going to Rise, but that should, you think, trade pretty quickly here as the spawns are being held. But look at that. You saw across the map, I'll highlight him. Who is it? Ricky spawns out. Miracle spawns out. They're all going to have to battle back. So despite the fact that I think Nameless has been alive in the back here this entire time, there's so much influence around Grandmas coming in from Rise Nation that they've been holding the spawn, or they've really been holding all the time. And spawning close there at Globe.
And Looney's just going massive, though. He picks up a huge 3-piece there, pops his Heat Wave in the process, and it's going to be Nameless taking out 2. It doesn't look like he can get anywhere close to that hard point. It's going to be 20 seconds left on it. Now, they're trying to smoke the front Complexity. This is what TSM did, and they were pretty successful in breaking in. And looks like Goon's going to be able to pick up 1 in the front. Not able to break into the hard point, but at least they get a little bit of a closer position.
Well, despite the fact that, again, Complexity rotated first, they held the back the majority of that time. Well, that would have been one hell of a kill from Looney if you got that. The majority of the time ends up going to Rise Nation. They finally start to put together a bit of a lead here. Octane now lining it up with the sight. I'm not sure what happened to Ricky, but you saw mistakes being made. And now some firm control here from Octane. Can he go off? It's just going to be contested here until they're able to push out the backside of tracks. If he's got nothing left,
he's going to play pretty passive as well because he's 75 away from streaks. So I would not expect Octane to just kind of dart to the hill. He's going to wait for one of his teammates to try and bait out one player, and they do. And he's going to get tags in another one. Very close to the Cerberus. That player in the back gets finished off, and he's able to earn it.
Yeah, he got the points too. I think on the hard point, something popped up for him that gave him the Cerberus. With him fully streaked out, and Loon. Look at how close the game still is despite the slaying right now. +7 for Octane, 6 for Looney, 9 for Slack. I mean, it's absurd the difference here. And they haven't been able to close this game.
It's very odd.
Is it some selfish play, which we never really call Rise for? I mean, usually they play for each other really, really well. What's the problem here? I know they're still in the lead, but it should be more significant. And I don't think there's any question for either of us here that this game should be much more wide open.
Well, the second auto hill, Complexity did a good job of holding down the first rotation of hills. They got some good time on Grandma as well. It's really where they brought the game back. The first tracks hard point, they were pretty successful as well. So, they've had some good hills, this Complexity team. It's just, Rise has just done a hell of a job in the slaying department. It just seems like the kills to break into the hill and get the time has just not gone their way. I mean, it definitely has gone their way. They're in the lead, but to make this a blowout, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they haven't been able to turn it into a blowout. That's for sure. Well, let's see if they can get it done here as we start to rotate over to Yard yet again. Nameless will be the first man in. I think he saw one at the back truck. That's going to be an easy headshot for him. He's able to peel head off of one, and now with the HC pushing back alley, he should be able to get some information. Saw one, some pushed in towards that bomb site, but he's going to be able to come out in time to connect, and this is another nice hold. This is where they did a good job. It was the first side of rotations, right, where they locked down Yard pretty well. They've got a nice chance to tie this one up. It's just going to probably come down to this next Granny's hardpoint. Who's going to be able to solidify it there? I don't think anyone's got a huge edge on tracks. It's really been hardpoints 2 and 3 where most of the points have gone to either side.
If Rise loses this game, I'd be completely stunned. Is there a game tonight that has gone the opposite way of what you thought, and or just one that was a big upset for you? I mean, this would be like the upset of upsets for game ones for me.
Well, especially with the way it would happen, right?
Yes.
From just looking at
the that's a big part of why I'm putting it into as well. Yeah, the way it would happen. I mean, Slack's 40 and 29.
He's not the only one doing it. I mean, look at the streaks right now.
There's a good chance you're going to have all guys with 40 on Rise.
It's looking that way if Complexity can push this one a bit further. But they did a really solid job on
couple of team kills. I believe there's one moment over at Trax where Goonjar called in an HCXD. Somebody from Rise shot it. They died from it, but it also took out 2 members from Complexity.
Funny how those little details wind up coming into effect. Crazy first game right there from Rise Nation. Everyone dropping 40 kills. We mention all the time how everyone on Rise Nation can count on each other. What does that do for a team in different games? Because, you know, we've seen teams where you know that it's a player that's struggling, right? And I think that their teammates are kind of thinking in their head, in the back of their mind, like, dude, we need this guy to step up, right? Am I crazy to think that?
No, not at all. But what it does is it installs trust in your teammates, which is a very important part when it comes down to team chemistry. It seems like everybody from Rise, they trust one another to get the job done. And if one member's struggling, the other 3 will be more than happy to pick the struggling member up. Like, whenever we talk about Rise, we always talk about their teamwork and their team chem. That's what makes them so good.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how those little details between teammates come into play. It's one of those examples where, like, I think a newer team who's just freshly founded would struggle a little bit more with communicating to each other and bringing up, like, hey, maybe we got to figure out something to change up.
We're waiting to see some improvements. We've seen a little bit here and there, but I feel like if they're able to just iron out the wrinkles they have in the search and destroy game mode, they're going to be right up there with Optic Gaming once again, or continue to be at the top.
Oh, definitely. I think this is one thing, right? We just looked at that Optic Gaming versus Luminosity series where I'm going into this one. I'm thinking, you know, maybe this is a map that Luminosity can take. Meanwhile, Optic Gaming wind up winning that one. Going into the uplink, I'm thinking Optic Gaming smoked them here. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that same thing happens in this series where you have a Rise Nation win in Search and Destroy, and we're going, wow, okay, they're in a good spot to 3-0, and then out of nowhere, Complexity actually win an uplink, and we're going, we've somehow made it to a Game 4.
I don't think Complexity are winning uplink against Rise.
Okay, so you don't think it's going to be nearly as close as that Luminosity Optic one?
No, I mean, that's been the bane of Complexity's existence, right? Has been the uplink game mode, and Rise, they've really built their team around uplink, it seems like. It seems to be like their bread and butter game mode. Like, if there's ever a moment where Rise would go down like 0-2 in a series, they would always rely on that uplink to power them through and rebound from there.
So you're thinking, no way we go to a CTF?
If Rise win this Search and Destroy, no way we see CTF.
What we wind up seeing brought out, we saw earlier on some mind games between